What's going on, guys? Today I want to do a complete tutorial about Amazon FBA product research. So go step by step about everything about Amazon FBA product research, what softwares to use, how to look for products, what you should be thinking when you're looking for products, what type of products you should be looking for in general, how to improve products, how to bundle products. All that good stuff will be on this tutorial here today. So if you're in the product research stage of your Amazon FBA business, you're definitely going to watch this all the way through and get my complete mindset, my complete strategies about how to look for a profitable product to sell on Amazon. But before we get started, I just want to welcome in anybody new to the channel. My name is Cameron James. Been selling on Amazon for about 3 years now. I dropped out of engineering college to start doing this. Our first year we did $1.3 million in sales, which was a crazy ride. So if you want updates and learn everything I learned about Amazon FBA, e-commerce, Shopify, things like that, hit that subscribe button down below and that little notification bell. And I will not disappoint you, I promise. But without wasting any more of your guys' time, let's just get right into it. So before I take you near my screen and actually show you how to do product research and all the methods along with that, I want to first talk about what you should be thinking before you look for your product. What are we doing? What should we avoid? What should we look for? And everything like that, kind of the mindset behind product research. So one of the biggest issues right now about Amazon FBA product research is that everyone is using the same methods to find their products on Amazon. The problem is when you find your winning product on Amazon using these traditional methods of just using basic web app product software, well, guess what? 50 other people have probably seen that exact same winner on their Amazon FBA product research as well, because we're all using the same criteria. So what happens when we start this product? Well, we have 50 other people starting the same product as you, and it becomes saturated and you fail. So we can't find products that everyone else is finding on Amazon, because then we're all set up to fail essentially, right? So we have to find creative ways to do product research. That way no one else is finding the products we're finding, and that way when we source the product, bring it over to Amazon, we're the only one in that field that has entered. And that is one of the main things I'm going to show you a little later on in this video, is how to be creative when doing product research and find products no one else is finding as well. But this alone is not enough. We have to find a way to set ourselves up for success for the long term and not just the short term. Everybody looks at the short term when it comes to Amazon FBA business. We have to figure out a way to be selling this product for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty much the rest of your life. How to get this product on Amazon and keep it on Amazon and keep it successful on Amazon so you have a long, successful business. Because we don't want to be in this business for the short term, guys. This is not a get rich quick scheme. And if you look at this business that way, you're definitely destined to fail. People expect profits and returns in the first month or 2 months, or be millionaires within the first 3 months. That's just not realistic. We have to put in the work, put in the time, and we have to put steps in place for the long term. And that's where you're gonna see the most amount of success, because when people are trying to get rich in the first 3 months and they quit after that because it didn't work, well, the last 6 to 12 months you've been building your business slowly, and all of a sudden you have this asset that's making you $10,000, $20,000 a month. So one of the ways we can set ourselves up for long-term success is when we find our winning product, is not just to throw that exact same winning product onto Amazon that looks exactly like everyone else's. What happens when you do this is that all other new sellers that enter this niche, whether 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, years down the line, are all going to do the exact same thing and put the exact same product that you have on Amazon now and that all other competitors have on Amazon. So now we have hundreds and hundreds of the same exact product on Amazon, look all identical. And when this happens, guys, this splits up sales and creates price wars. So everybody has to go down to razor thin margins, and all the competition is going to eat each other alive essentially on Amazon, and everyone is going to fail. And to do this, we must be creative and think outside the box. This is so we stick out from the pack and don't get oversaturated by a bunch of generic sellers. And we can do this by following these 5 simple strategies. Number 1 is finding a new or better design. So what I mean by this is maybe there's something you can add to this product that makes it product 2.0 or product 3.0, or there's an attachment, or there's something you can bundle it with that makes it just a better product overall. It also can mean that the design overall is just better or more creative, or just more tailored to what a customer wants. And a quick way to figure this out is one, Google reading about this product and figure things out. But one of my favorite ways is actually just going on Pinterest here. We can see there's all sorts of different designs for bathroom signs that are actually kind of funny. Save water, shower together, fresh and so clean. Everyone wants to change the world, but nobody wants to change the toilet paper roll. Be the change. That's funny. It's always a full moon in here. So we can look on here and see what kind of designs are selling super well on Amazon, and we can figure out, okay, what is a new or better design, for this product that I can put on here that's very, very popular on Pinterest, because that shows demand, and then we can go ahead and pop it onto Amazon. And this is where creativity and research, really pays off, because, if we're looking at, a tech product or just a kitchen product, the ways we be creative and have a new design are so much different than the way we're finding new designs for bathroom signs, right? So we got to think about this. We got to sit on it for a little bit. That was method number one. Now method two is actually going to Amazon listings and reading the bad reviews and figuring out what people didn't like about the product or what was wrong with the product, and then fixing that for your product when you bring it onto Amazon, right? If they're complaining about, it's not strong enough, it's not durable enough, okay, we're gonna go to our manufacturer and say, we need this in stronger wood, we need this in stronger metal, or whatever it may be. Let's do a quick example of that. So we go down, we pick one of these products, Get Naked right here, 287 reviews. It's got overall a very good star rating of 4.7. But we can go down here to the reviews itself, go to 1-star reviews, and we can start reading these. So we see bad quality. It was literally a printed picture glued onto a piece of particle board. The edges of the sign were already lifted when I opened it. Don't waste your money. Etsy products are way better for the price, okay? The sign is particle board with paper glued on top. It's a sticker on particle board. It's not worth the price at all. Didn't like it, okay? So usually there's more 1-star reviews than this. We can go into the 2-star reviews and look here, very, very small. Words look blurry, poor quality. I was looking for a better quality and something I could give to my mom. I gave it to her and she wants to give it back because she thinks it looks too cheap and looks like it's just made from a Dollar Tree, okay? So right here we know that people want a more premium product. People, want it a little bigger. People just don't want a piece of particle board with stickers glued on top of it, right? So maybe we embroider the wood, right? It gets carved in there nice. It's nice and shiny, or it's just, carved into real wood itself, and it's just of higher quality. So again, what I'd do is I'd read through all the 1-star reviews on all the products similar to mine, and I'd make sure I give the customers exactly what they wanted and fix all issues with that product and make sure mine is the top of the line and the best possible product. So method number 3 is making a premium product. So we saw really quickly on the negative reviews that people were looking for a high quality product when they bought this product. So when you make a really high quality premium product, you can have a price, $7, $8 higher than your competition and get away with it. And guess what? That's higher margins for you. That's more profit in your pocket. And you can feel good about putting a good quality product out there, not just a piece of particle board with a sticker attached to it. To use this Get Naked sign as just an easy example, well, maybe ours is made out of oak and we embroidered it and it's just really high quality. You couldn't break this if you tried, and it's just really durable and everything like that. Well, right there alone will give you a reason to raise your price and be a premium product on the market, because it's exactly what some of these reviews are actually looking for. With the daughter giving the gift to her mother and her mother thinking it was too low quality and everything like this would be a perfect product for them. It's exactly what they're looking for, just a high quality product to gift to her mother and it to be hanging in her bathroom right now. On to method number 4, and that is branding it better. And one of those forms is packaging and design and the color of your product and how it's all put together. But on Amazon, if we look onto this listing right here, just to use it for an easy example again, we can see the branding on the listing. That's what you're limited to for Amazon. So you're limited to your title. Here we're limited to our bullets here, and we're limited to our image here, as well as our product description right here, which is terrible. We can see there. So we can brand our product better by just making our listing better, right? Because if we make our listing more high quality, they're going to think of us as a more high quality brand. So this only has 2 images right here and they're terrible. So we can get some lifestyle images in there. We can get some images with our brands, maybe some infographics, anything like that. We can put up 7 to 9 photos right here. We can get better bullets made as well, and we can get enhanced brand content or just make our product description better so it's fully loaded right here, so people think this is a really nicely done listing. And let me show you an example of that. If I go to all up here real quick and I type in bows and I go down to bows right here, the first organic listing, and we can see right away that the photos already are just way better. They're high quality. Here we can zoom in and see great detail on the headphones themselves. The first image has bows right here, so it's a brand placement right there. And we keep going down. It shows with the packaging, lifestyle photo right here, lifestyle photo right here, and then a video right here, which is a little more advanced, but if you can do it, great. We can go down here, their bullets are nicely laid out, and we go all the way down to their brand enhanced content. So this is the product description essentially. So this is when you have a trademark or brand registry, down the line. But this is what a good brand would do. They have a video right here. They have more details about their headphones. They have features laid out right here on their headphones, and they have a little lifestyle photo display right here. We can keep looking through features compared to their other headphones, and and then this is the product description right here, which they don't really care about because they have enhanced brand content. But I just wanted to show you the highest level of what a brand would do for their product. Now you might not be able to do this right away, but you know what the higher brands are doing. So if you look to model, Bose or Apple or anything like that, even if you come close, you're going to be, 90% of the way there and probably 90% past all of your competition in that niche, right? Because we're not competing with Bose for headphones or big brands, anything like that. We're competing with, small private label brands on Amazon that we're trying to take advantage of and, go the extra mile essentially to make a better brand than them and display that to the customer. Number 5 is filling a hole in the market. So let's go back to our bathroom signs decor example here. So we see there's a ton of signage right here with different, different wording, different designs, everything like that. Well, if we go to Pinterest, we can easily find, 10 to 15 different designs right here that aren't on Amazon. So we can fill a hole in the market if they're really popular in Pinterest. We see them on Instagram, things like that, and they're not on Amazon. Well, we can fill a hole in that market because if we know they're popular on Instagram or Pinterest, we know that if we put them on Amazon, people are going to most likely like them there too. So when doing this method, we just want to make sure that there's other places out there where we can see that there's actual demand for that product before listing it on Amazon, because that's a risk. If it's not on Instagram, it's not on Pinterest, really, we just like it and we put it on Amazon, well, that doesn't mean that anybody else is going to like it just because you like it. So we have to see real life demand for us to avoid risk and avoid that risk of losing that investment before we actually put it up on Amazon. And I'm going to show you different ways to find demand for Amazon products creatively when we actually start doing product research a little later in this video. So to summarize before we move on, guys, we have to find our products and do product research creatively. That way we're finding winners that no one else is finding. And on top of that, when we find our winners, we have to stick out from the pack. So we're not, getting oversaturated by generic sellers. And to do this, we have to think creatively and, think outside the box a little bit. And we can do this by 5 simple methods: finding a new design for your product or upgrading the product in some way, fixing negative reviews from other competitors' product listings and their products. 3 is making it a premium product. 4 is branding it better, whether that be, packaging or just, your brand kind of recognition, or just your listing, your photos and your product description on the Amazon side. 5 is filling a hole in the market. And ideally, guys, we want to hit 2 or 3 of these if we really can. That way we have different avenues of how we're different and sticking out versus the other guys. And that way we can sell for the long term and not the short term. All right, so moving on here, guys, getting to the good stuff. Let's talk about Amazon FBA software. So before we get into product research, we're gonna have to talk about software. And there's 3 softwares that I recommend that you could use. And I don't care which ones you guys use; it doesn't really matter to me. But they are Viral Launch, Helium 10, and Jungle Scout. So I personally use Viral Launch and Helium 10 both, and I have coupon codes down in the description below if you guys need any discount codes like that. Jungle Scout, right now, I trust them, I like them, I just don't use them right now, and they have all the tools necessary to do what I do. We're going to be using the product research web app, we're going to be using the keyword research tool, and we're using the Chrome extension. All 3 of these softwares have their own version of this, and I think they're just as good as each other. And so I don't think you'll be lacking there at all, no matter what software you have. So if you guys have one already, just use that one for this example. You can just follow along using that. Or if you need one, just use one of the coupon codes and pick your favorite one down below. But here's Viral Launch. Right here, this is what it looks like. I have a coupon code, 20% off monthly, 40% off annually, which is super awesome. This is what the inside looks like right here. This is a product research web app. It's called Product Discovery. We'll be also using keyword research, and market intelligence is their Chrome extension app right here. Helium 10 have 50% off the first month, so it's perfect if you guys just want to try it real quick. 10% off per year, which is super nice there. This is what Helium 10 looks like inside. Blackbox is their web app right here, and Magnet 2 is keyword research. Just like keyword research on Viral Launch. And then Jungle Scout, if you guys already have that or you want to use that instead, go ahead. I just don't have a coupon code for you at this time. So next, guys, I actually want to do some product research with you guys. I'm using 3 strategies to do product research creatively. That way we're finding winners that no one else is finding. And also, go through each product that we find or any products that we find and kind of think about, how can we make them different? How can we make them stand out? So this is where we're going to get some real value out of this video and kind of really learn how my brain works when doing product research. These 3 methods we're going to be using for product research, you've probably already heard about, or it's very traditional about how people do product research. The thing is, I go a step further, even 2 to 3 steps further in some aspects. That way we're finding products that no one else are finding. Just hang tight with me and we'll go through this step by step. So the first method we're going to be doing here is going to be using the product discovery mode here on Viral Launch, which is the web app, which you guys are probably familiar with, but we'll go through it just step by step here, and then I'll show you kind of how I use this creatively. So I'm just using this to get ideas, guys. So I'll show you that here in a second, but let's first pick categories. So I got arts, crafts, sewing, baby, industrial, scientific, kitchen and dining, office products, pet supplies, home and kitchen, musical instruments, patio, lawn and garden tools, and home improvement. This is all fine for me. Feel free, if you like beauty and personal care and you like those products, go for it. If you like sports and outdoors, toys and games, go for it. But these are just the categories that I like. Monthly sales, I don't care about this. What I care about is monthly revenue, right? Which just, the difference between this is that price point makes a big difference. So for monthly revenue, I have 4,000 to 16,000. Again, play around with this. If you guys are just starting out with a lower budget, then just bring this down to, about 8,000 or so. If you guys don't have any budget restrictions, you guys are going kind of for more home run, higher volume products, then maybe bring this up to 30,000. Just kind of whatever floats your boat here. Play around with it, everything good like that. Price points, I like 14 to 51 here. If I was to do this example, I kind of don't have a ton of budget restrictions, and so I'd actually leave this price point, just unfilled here. That way, if I have a $150 product that's doing super well that I like, then I can go ahead and do that. Not have any restrictions there. I always have a price minimum because I don't want, cheap products, just because the Amazon FBA fees eat into that too much. They're fixed fees, right? The pick and pack and the delivery of that product. So that's say it's $4 or $5 for, a product this big. Well, it's gonna be that price no matter if it's, $7 or if the price is $30. So that's why we have a higher price point. That way that fixed price doesn't eat into our margins, at a higher percentage. Review count here, this is flexible as well. You'll hear 100 just kind of as the maximum always. But if you guys, you're going for a little higher volume products, this is going to be a lot higher. So this could be 180, this could be 280. But again, if you're like on that side of low budget, low risk, then maybe 109. But if you find a product that at 160 reviews or something like that, it doesn't mean it's a deal buster, which we'll play around and see if we find any examples of that, and I'll let you know. But we'll put 160 for this example right here. Just get creative with this, and you guys are mess with categories. That way you guys kind of figure out what's best for you, and where you're finding the best products. So I'm gonna hit show products here. You see when I hit show products here, it's loaded all these products that are in our criteria, right? So monthly sales, monthly revenues in our range, price points in our range, reviews are in our range. So something really important here I want to hammer in is that, when I was talking earlier about being creative and finding products no one else is finding, and everybody finding the same products, and if you find a winner, 50 other people are selling it. Well, this is where this happens, is right here. So when someone goes through here, everybody's doing product research this way, dog tags right here. So let's say we do our research and we figure out dog tags is a winner right here. 50 other people, if not hundreds and hundreds of people, have found the same exact product. So, you could be, sourcing it with 50 other people. And then when you get listed on Amazon, there's going to be so much more competition than there was at the start. So I'm actually using this web app just for ideas to get that, to get the creative process churning and everything like that. So if I go into dog tags right here, I'm going to take a look, see how it's doing. I'm going to load the Chrome extension. Viral Launch has their Chrome extension, but I actually like Helium 10's Chrome extension a little better. So I use Viral Launch to do things on like the web apps and things like that, but I use Helium 10 for things on Amazon. So that's just me being picky and liking what I like. So we can see dog tags here on the Helium 10 extension. We can see its revenue is 1,300, 3,000 for the bigger pack here, which right here at 20 bucks. It's a good price point. They're just little metal guys. Helium 10 has this awesome BSR tracker. So the lower the sales ranking is, the higher the sales are for that product. So if you're at 1 sales rank, that means you're the top of your category. You can see that the sales rank has gone up right here. So maybe they ran out of stock. I'm not sure. So we'd have to check this and track this to make sure it's all good. If we really wanted to source this, we can take a look at the product page, and see the product description sucks. So we can make that a ton better. We can read these questions to figure out what we can improve. We can read these bad reviews, any bad reviews to figure out what we can fix. Obviously, we talked about that before. But what I really want to talk about is how, dog tags are going to spur other ideas for us. So if we go down here, frequently bought together, we have nickel plated ball chain necklace. So dog tags on there, but what about these necklace holders here? These would be super easy to source. They're universal, and 456 here for ratings. Let's check out their sales real quick to see how they're doing. Okay, so we see, the revenue is about 8,000. The price point is $9 though, so that's a little concerning, but it's only 50 pieces right here. So what if we do, let's see, ball chain necklace right here. So we copy this. We got to go all categories. Always go to all categories when you do this, guys. Ball chain necklace. We see it's got some good searches right here, but you can always check out the keyword research, which I'll show you how to use here in a bit. Helium 10, one bad thing about that is, if you use this extension for it, which you can turn off, I believe right here maybe, and you can turn this off that way, it doesn't take forever to load your pages, but I like it, just kind of see what's going on here. So if we do this, we can see we got $10 price points. We got some low reviews here. 115 is not bad. 23. So let's check out sales on this whole page. So now we're looking at the market as a whole, the ball chain necklace type market, whatever you call it. But now we're going to look at this, and see the all the way down the line to see if this is a good niche we possibly could go into. Okay, so we see the first guy's doing 10,000 in sales. We're going to ignore these SPs. Those are sponsored listings, so they're not organically ranked. We want to see what Amazon thinks is the best for these products, and that is usually what's selling the most for that keyword, so that's really important to know. We see this guy doing 1,500, 8,000, 6,000, 2,000. So some low sales here. I'm not a huge fan of the price point, so if I was ever going to do this, I would actually do, maybe a 100 pack, 150 pack, and get that price point up to $19.99. Not liking the low sales volume, so I'm going to get out of here. But what if we click into one of these? These ones are colored, which is super interesting, and we could see, different products down here. Again, like I said, if you have the Helium 10 thing going on, you're going to have some weird loading things go on your page, which is, if you don't mind, it's all good. We got stainless steel ball bead chains right here. So we're seeing a lot of chains right here. 33 feet antique red copper chain link. So we hop into here just to see what's kind of going on right here, which is just, yeah, I've seen these before. It's just a different kind of style of these. If you're selling weird kind of, selling weird things kind of like that. I'm not sure what you call that. But this would be kind of a nicer end, maybe a higher quality, and it's a way to separate yourself from the competition, right? Because we don't want to be like everybody else. We want to be a little different and kind of maybe fill a hole in the market, or just make a better design or anything like that. So let's look at sales real quick on this. Okay, so 890 and 1300, again, not a huge thing. So I'm kind of seeing dead ends right here. I'm not liking the ball chain kind of field. So what I do here is just exit out of that. I go back here and we go find another product idea and see where this takes us, right? One thing I always do is, people are lazy, so they might just go to page 5 right here. So I just skipped to page 10. So, 500 of the people went to page 5. I just skipped all their ideas they've seen, and now we're seeing some fresh ideas, and we lower the chance of other people finding our types of products. And so we can go down here. We got Boldy rings, not sure, maybe dog treats those are. We got lights. Let's just keep going down here. Solar panel kit, obviously, I don't have the skills to put that together. It'd take a lot of work. We have gallon grow bags right here. Again, something like this, it'd be super easy to source, right? But everybody's thinking about that, right? Everybody's like, oh, I can do gallon grow bags. So it's, it attracts a lot of attention. So we kind of want to think about, products that are actually a little harder to source, things that be like, ooh, I'm going to do a little research to do that. So the hard way is usually the better way, because, when you do the hard things, people usually don't follow that because people are lazy, right? So, garbage bags, it'd be super easy and awesome niche to go into, but I want to find something that, other people are not going to want to do because they don't want to put the work in. So let's go to page 11 here. Sunny Daisy fire pit ring, outdoor large. So this is large. There's some cons about that, but again, the cons keep people away. Let's just open that and see if I can find anything going down that alley. Let's go down here. We got rugs. We got low angle sweetheart jack plane. Not sure what that is. Let's keep going down. Soft foldable polyester storage box. Keep going down. Let's go to page 12. Let's see, mirror. Premium ultra clear transparent glycerin soap base. Ooh, yeah, something like that. You can if you know how to source here in the States, anything like that, but be a little harder to get into. Just because you want anything going into soap, you want that made in the USA. Drape panel for pipe, little generic of a product. Oriental furniture, 7 foot tall. Let's look into that. That's gonna be interesting. Let's try to find one more here just in case none of those pan out, because I really want to find a couple of really good ideas for you guys and really show you. Again, you're not going to find ideas at first. This is going to take some time churning of ideas and get the creative juices flowing. When I do product research, it takes maybe a week or so, maybe like 2 to 4 hours a day. Sometimes I go in binges of 8 hours a day. But this is really just getting the ideas going and trying to find products that no one else is finding and ways you can make those products different, right? So body prop, adjustable over the seat pillow with buckwheat hole filler by Vision X Pro Plus. So that's a little weird of a product. So let's open that up. Let's see. Obviously, we can go into a lot more products, if you want to, but I'm just kind of, things that catch the eye just based on experience. I just keep going down here. Custom PVC desk protector. That's very interesting. So let's start with that one. So we can see here that it's just like this PVC mat. It goes over your table or your desk to protect it. So let's see if we can figure out more what's going on with these pictures. So it'd be super easy to manufacture, right? It's this little rolled up mat. Let's see, a custom PVC desk protector, black desk pad, 36 by 24 inch plastic. So, the cool thing is they have different designs here already. So that keeps a lot of avenues open for us because we can just, make new designs and expand that way or fill a gap that way. Their listing is pretty good here. So that means they're probably a private label seller that knows what they're doing, or they're a good brand, good, enhanced brand content right here. Let's take a look at the reviews. 4.3 out of 5, 1 stars right here, not flat. Buckles no matter what we do, very disappointed. Useless mat, this is no use. First they sent us the wrong one, the right size was sent and does not work as described. Okay, so there's some room for improvement there. 4.3 is not great, but it's not bad by any means. So we see they have different sizes here, a ton of different sizes, gray, brown. So let's hit the Helium 10 Chrome extension, just see what's going on per ASIN. And we see here, once it's loaded here, we can see all the variations and see the revenue per variation right here. So I sorted for, highest revenue versus low, because if we started this product right, we want to start with the best selling one first and then build our catalog out around that, right? We don't want to sell the low selling ones, obviously, and we don't want to have a huge inventory list just because it costs a ton to get a bunch of SKUs listed and to get product inventory for each SKU, obviously. So start with the big ones right here. So maybe I'd start with the, this one, and this one, and maybe this one right here if I wanted to be, more aggressive. Take these estimations of revenue with a grain of salt always, especially when you're on the product page and they listen off different variations. Sometimes the sales repeat itself and everything like that. And plus you should know that every product research tool is actually just based on estimations as well. So these sales are not always the most accurate. They just give us an idea of what's going on. That way we can kind of pick through the millions of products on Amazon and figure out, which ones may be in the ballpark, just because, if we weren't using software, we'd have to dig through millions and millions of product by hand, and that's just not possible. So we need the power of software to really help us out there. So this is a really interesting product idea. Again, I found it on the web app, so maybe it's not something you want to start because everybody else is going to be finding these same ideas. And so what we do is we start looking for different, variations of this product and go down different rabbit holes so we can find all sorts of different things, right? So copper counter table protector mat, that's a little different, right? It's copper. We can see it's heat resistance right here. So you put frying pans on it. It's a little thick mat right here. So it's, it's a little different. Let's take a look at numbers real quick on this one. So we can see it's 836 in revenue right there. So it's a little low. So we can go down here. Silicone trivet Smith Crafts for hot dishes. Okay, so let's look at this one. 731 is a good amount of reviews. Let's take a look. So we can see right here, it's got a really low price point. I'm not a huge fan of that. $12.99 is workable, but the revenue is great. 23,000, 27,000, 28,000. So what if we took, silicone trivets? Let's see, silicone. Hopefully I'm putting the right keywords in here. Silicone trivet for hot pans and pots right here. So let's take a look at this whole market. Once we get the Helium 10 loading here. So let's just look at the market real quick with the Chrome extension and see if there's any high price points and see kind of how the sales are overall. So we see here the revenue is 49,000, 28,000, 22,000, 20,000. So that's a good amount of revenue right there. We got one with a $15 price point. Let's see, contains 4 pieces. So that's a 4-pack. This top guy at 14 is a 3-pack right here. So maybe we do a 4-pack, maybe we do a 5-pack, maybe we do extra large to get the price point up to $18 like this guy. Reviews 731 is not my favorite, so we have to figure out a way to be different than this guy if we want to enter this field, right? We couldn't just sell these square silicone trivets because he's already got a grip hold on the market at 731 reviews. So, look at this guy. He's got some circle ones, some square ones, different colors. We go down, we have different colors right here, different colors right here. So how would we be different to fit into this market? Maybe we go back to Pinterest here and see if we can find anything cool right here. So we have, what was it called here? If I go back up, I'll just copy this, take it into Pinterest, and let's see what comes up. So we have different designs right here of these trivets. I know I've never heard this word before, so it's kind of tripping me up here. So you can see these different designs right here, different colors. Let's see, we have a rooster one right here, different designs right here. So maybe we get our ideas right here. We see a deer and antlers right here, different design there. Some animal ones, that'd be really cool. Do some animal ones. I love the sales of this product. It's just, you can find different designs. You just have to be really creative and always be on top of it and figure out ones that would sell the best. Just because, this one's so easy to copy. If you have a top seller or a creative design, someone else can just, follow you right along there. But maybe, these are really cheap to make. So you maybe make 50 variations of this, have 50 listings. You kind of dominate the market with different creative designs you just get from Pinterest and Instagram and all that good stuff, right? With different animals, deer with antlers, an oven mitt one right there. Different designs right here and everything like that. So, you can do these, it's not my favorite because it's hard to brand, everything like that, but there always be different, kind of dominate the market and make sure that you're always protected for the long run. But you can see what I'm talking about with the rabbit holes, right? So we started on PVC, desk liners, and then we got ourselves to square silicone trivets for hot pans and plates. And we can click into this and we can just keep going down the line, right? We can, what is this? Silicone trivets that are X's right here. We have mats right there, or not mats, but pan holders or pot holders. We got coasters that popped up right here. Some hot, silicone pot holders right there. Different ones right here. And, we can even use this guy up here. So maybe we have, we get rid of this. Trivets for hot pans. You just go down here. Pans, ceramic, pans, red. Cork right here, that's different. So we have cork right here. This is a whole nother niche. We see 341 reviews there, 265, low price point, but this guy's got one above $15 there, which is super interesting, what we'd try to model as well. So if we load this Chrome extension right here, we see this guy, $16.99, I was just talking about, doing 7,000. That's plenty of sales. Say we had a 30% margin. What is that? Around $2,500 a month in profit. Times that by 12 in a year. You can repeat and rinse with different products, and then you have a full-time business right there and great cash flow. This guy at $24 is doing 9,000, $13 at 10,000. We have IKEA cork right here. Obviously, they have some brand awareness. Home Basics lattice collection cast iron trivet, countertop or dining cork trivets right here. So what we'll be doing is doing cork. So if we go down, these ones are cork. Cork right here. The cool thing about IKEA and some of these big brands on Amazon is they don't really try on Amazon. IKEA cares about their store. And you see they have 4 images right here that aren't very good. There's some lifestyles, but they can have tons of other images. They have no product bullets right here. Description. Let's see if they even have one. This is their product description right here. You can combine several pot stands to fit larger pots and dishes. So I'm not afraid of going against IKEA here because they're not even trying. They don't care. We see they have different sellers on the listing, so that means they're not even probably selling it themselves on Amazon. So we have different cork designs right here. One con about this simple product though is it's really hard to be different and stand out for the long run. So maybe you do, get animal designs on this, right? You find different ways to be creative, or maybe you just have all designs, all the sizes, and you kind of dominate the market. But you just you gotta be creative. You gotta think about, how is my product going to be different for the long run? That way, no one else can, copy it necessarily, or I'm just being ahead of the curve here. That way, I'm giving myself the best chance to succeed for the long run, right? And so we can exit out of that. We can go into body prop adjustable over the seat pillow with buckwheat hole filler, which is just a mouthful. We see this is pretty good photos right here. I guess they're not great, but better than some. You could definitely do a way better job than this. 135 ratings. That's not too high. We can go down here. Product description. This is the worst thing you do with a product description is leave it as one big paragraph. So it's not very intimidating right there. Let's see all-time BSR. Up and down, up and down. That means they're not selling a ton, or they're just not stocking a ton. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So body prop, adjustable. So let's go there. Let's go to all. And let's look at that. So we can see here either my keyword's not great or there's just not a lot of different products like this out there. So maybe this product you do a little deeper research on, but you can see there's different versions of all this. This one's at $75. I love that price point, and it's just a memory foam wedge right here. Anytime you can just get memory foam and have it for $75, that's fantastic. I'm sure your margin's fantastic because you can compress this thing and get it in a small package. That way you're not paying a ton on shipping or FBA fees. You can see this is a private label seller because they're using emojis. No one else does that besides private label sellers that are really trying there. We can see kind of what their sales are. If we go X-ray right here, we see this one's doing 32,000. The other variation is doing 19,000. So it seems pretty great right there. So if we go, let's do wedge pillow for sleeping. That was the first thing that popped up, so that's fine with me. And we can see that this one's got 3,500 reviews, 570, 1,100, 870. So maybe this is not the best niche to compete in because there's a lot of high reviews, which is, when you have a high price point like that and you have a huge demand, you're going to have some big competition moving in. So this is not one I mess with right here. And we do the same thing right here. So we go down and see if there's any cool ideas down here, guys. And then we start messing with keywords up here and see if there's any autofills that really help us out. Just for time's sake, I want to move on to the other methods and do other examples, everything like that. We can see sunny days, square, fire pit, ring. I'm sure fire pits are pretty competitive, but I'm sure there's different designs and different versions of them. I'm sure there's a lot of tools and other cool things that go with fireplaces. Fireplace pick right here. Screen cover, Rainbird, easy to install and ground automatic sprinkler kit. Not sure what's there, but I guess fire, you need sprinkler to put it out. So you can play around with this one. This is probably not the best idea just because it's probably a little crazy. But again, we're just getting ideas off this. So maybe we just type in fire pit accessories. Then we go down that route, right? So we have, picks, marshmallow roasting sticks, Valley Farms open fire pop gift set. So this is a popcorn set you put over a fireplace. That's super cool. We go down to this guy. It's the they call them bellows, I think, fireplace tongs. And so we just keep going down the line, everything like that. So guys, if you ever find really good ideas that you want to look on and kind of see if they fit your criteria down the line, which we'll talk about a little later in this video as well, I'll put them in an Excel sheet. I like to get 5 or 10 product ideas in one Excel sheet because the one guy that you find that you think is a great idea, usually something comes up where it's not so good of an idea anymore. So you get 5 to 10 ideas rolling. That way maybe 1 out of 10 is a really good idea once you do all the back end research. Again, like we're going to talk about a little later. So make sure you're getting Excel going, find 5 to 10 ideas before you call it quits, and then kind of do the back end research on that to kind of see how they fit, how they play. And you're just going to learn a crap ton if you're going to do 5 to 10 at a time too. It's just the learning curve is going to go away a lot quicker if you're new to this. And then you always have backup plans, which is great. Before we move on, I just want to talk about a few other things here. Product discovery on Viral Launch. I'm sure there's different things on Jungle Scout, Helium 10, but keyword right here, so we can sort by keywords. So if I just hit show keywords right here, we can see all these different long tail keywords in the categories and then the criteria that we're talking about. So pontoon, gaming recliner. We see a really high price point right there. Puppy food, obviously not. You don't want that. Flu face mask right now. Too many liabilities. Amazon probably won't let you list that product anyways right now. 2-man tent, that's interesting. Live straw personal water filter, interesting. Just go to page 10 here. Outdoor dining table, glass mini fridge, LED mirror, which would be super easy because LED lights are not that complicated anymore. And so we can see different mirrors right here with LED lights. So this one's be super easy to source. And it's just this little guy. This little guy right here isn't too bad. 5,300 reviews would scare me away from that, but doesn't mean we can't find a new design. This just means there's so much demand out there for LED lights that we can make, we can niche down essentially and find different designs, right? If we go back to, to Pinterest here and we go to LED mirror, we can see all these different designs that possibly we can use to sell on Amazon, right? So don't limit yourself there. It's so hard nowadays to find a brand new product on Amazon that isn't already saturated or there's not a ton of sellers for. So we got to find products that have huge demand and then kind of niche down in that field, whether, maybe it's a bathroom kit, but, ours is cactus theme, or maybe it's a rose theme or something like that. And we can find real demand on that using Pinterest and also a tool, which is called the Keyword Research Tool. On Helium 10, it's called Magnet 2. And then on Jungle Scout, I believe it's called Keyword Scout or Amazon Scout or something like that, Key Scout or something like that, but it works just as well. But what this tool does is it actually shows us real demand for keywords on Amazon. So say we type in LED mirror. So once that loads, we see LED mirror has about 17,000 searches per month. We go down here, vanity mirror. It's got 126,000. Vanity mirror with lights, 78,000. Makeup mirror, 103,000. So I actually had the keyword wrong. So this is a great place to check to see if you're getting the best keyword for the product you're looking for. That way you can see the whole market as a whole. So what I do here is like, oh, vanity mirror is obviously the best keyword for something like this. So I go back to Amazon and then I type this in real quick. And then now I do the Chrome extension to see the whole landscape of, vanity mirror. Because before I probably wasn't getting all the big top sellers because it wasn't the top keyword. So we can see here the top guy's doing, that's sponsored, but 546,000, 316,086, 245,000, 130,000, 194,000, 546,000. We see the reviews are crazy high. There's 162 on here, which is, not bad. It's a large vanity mirror. But what we do is we try to find little holes in this market that need filled. So we can go down. I like to search by volume estimate here, and then we can start to see, different keywords that, describe this product that people are looking for. And maybe we find a niche that, no one's filled with supply yet, simple supply and demand. So we go down. I usually want to look for keywords between that 10,000 to 3,000 range because it's not too saturated by then. And the competition is probably not too crazy. So we have makeup vanity mirror with lights, beauty mirror, mirror light, makeup vanity mirror, room mirror. So room mirror is interesting because it's a little different than what we're talking about. So maybe there's a niche in there. A small vanity mirror. So maybe we're doing a mini one or something like that. A mirror with lights, full length. So maybe this is a big one we can take advantage of. Travel makeup mirror. You see the possibilities here. And so we're just going down this, keyword list that has real demand right here. Volume estimate, 3,000 people a month, 3,000 people a month, 3,000 people a month search this on Amazon, all these keywords. And so there's real demand there. We know that. Now we just got to check if there's supply. And so we see we're at travel makeup mirror right here, 190, 304, 300 right here. 743. We see this ones are a little bigger than these, right? So I'm pretty sure these are the standard ones, the ones that be super saturated on Amazon. But we see there's kind of a new wave, a new style of travel mirrors, coming up in the makeup industry. I don't know much about that. Maybe the girls that watching this video know a little more than I do on it. So maybe it's a great niche for you to kind of dig into a little more because you're more knowledgeable about what's going on than I am. You see this one's $37.99 though, 6,000. I'm sure that the margins are super fat, premium portable, 1649, 4,000, 6,000. I'll be okay with all these. This one is 51,000, but let's check the reviews on that guy. 6,000. So this one's a little, different. So we check that one right here. We can see this is like an editor choice right here that Amazon puts on high volume keywords. So this doesn't really mean it's relevant for this keyword. I would ignore this one and then kind of go back down right here because these are the next organic searches. So we can see what's going on here, 123, 6,000. If these are really high volume products, they're going to rank for a ton of keywords. Maybe they're not even relevant for because they're doing so many sales. We see this one's on like the third row down, essentially in the organic field. So I kind of ignore this one, 61. This one's getting down, these big high volume products ranking for this. But I see a little bit of an opportunity here because 304, 300, we have different styles and everything like that. Pinterest would be great for this to check if you have different styles there. Let's go back. Let's check this one out, mirror with lights full length. And we can see these are big ones, right? Big mirrors with high price points. And we can see 368 with only 4 stars. 176 and $100, 3.8 stars out of 5, which is not very good. 4.2. We go down here, 66, 494, 180. So let's look at the sales on this guy. So holy crap, the 66,000, 39,000, 65,000, 157,000. Very low review counts for that high of revenue. 494 for 150,000 is not anything. 72 for 65,000 is absolutely insane. And so if you're looking for a high volume product you want to compete on, make a lot of money with, then this is a great one to put on your Excel list or your Google Sheets list to look at later because that's absolutely insane, the sales velocity on mirrors like that. And you can be different. You can make high quality ones because the review counts aren't that great. This one has good reviews, but I don't see any LEDs on that. Do you? So I see no LEDs on that guy. I see LED on this one, LED on this one. I really like this one. 214 price point. The margins got to be so fat because LED lights are so cheap. So this would be a good one to kind of check on later. Small vanity mirror. Let's look at this one real quick. 1,600, 687, 5,300. So I don't really like that one, just the first look. Room mirror. This gets back to the LED lights we were talking about earlier. So this is another keyword for that. We see this, there's ones without LED lights, ones with LED lights. So you got to kind of figure out what's best for you. I like the ones with LED lights because I'm not seeing a ton of them on Amazon, and the ones that are on there have a really high price point and really low reviews. So I really want to get into that niche. Vanity mirror, we're just on that, obviously. So you see what we're doing here, right? We're using this keyword research tool to figure out different sub niches within a big niche, right? The big niche is doing 150,000 per sales, like per guy, 6,000 reviews, huge, but we know there's huge demand in that market. So we know there's, sub niches of that, right? Shower curtains is a great example of that. We know shower curtains can sell millions on Amazon. Well, there's different designs, there's different styles, maybe, cactus ones, like I said before, cactus designs, rose designs, garden designs, scenic designs. They all have a sub niche and a small set of demand for that type of product that no one is filling. So we use the keyword research tool to figure that out, and it's one of my favorite ways to be different because no one else is using it like this. And there's so many long tail combinations of keywords on Amazon that it's just really hard to find what other people are finding, really, to be honest with you, because you're doing this so organically, right? Because we just typed in vanity mirror that we found through looking like 2 steps into a rabbit hole, and then we typed this in, and then we're finding different keywords down different rabbit holes. And I doubt people are looking at vanity mirrors like we are and finding LED lights like we are, or at least it's really lowering our chance that other people are looking at that same exact product, right? So if we go back to product discovery, let's cover 2 more topics here. So I showed you how the keyword section worked, right? So we can find long tail keywords right here just by hitting show keywords with all our criteria. Next one here is brands. So this is just Amazon brands that are doing super well in different categories, and you can put in your criteria right here to figure out, what's going on with these brands, what are the top selling products, why are they doing so well, and kind of do some product hacking on them. Growth rate, you can see insane here, so brands that are growing at an insane rate, you can see what's going on there. Categories right here, so there's like a ton of categories on Amazon that they rank products in. These are all the main ones right over here, but there's subcategories of each category, and there's subcategories of those categories, and there's subcategories of those categories, and it just goes on and on and on. So you can find some really cool product ideas just by looking through different subcategories, which this will help you find. So I love this keyword tool, I love brand, I love category, because they're all different than what most people are doing with product research in the product discovery mode, on Viral Launch or Jungle Scout or Helium Time or whatever. This is just different ways to separate yourself from different people and find different product ideas. But again, don't be afraid to go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole to kind of figure out these products and get different product ideas that no one else is going down the same rabbit holes you are. That way you're finding winners no one else is finding. Next, I want to talk about another method, guys. So we do Amazon best sellers right here. We can go into Amazon and see all their best sellers. And you guys are already on Amazon, you can click that right here for best sellers. And all those categories I was telling you about are listed right here. And Amazon literally tells us what the top sellers are in all of these categories. So we can go down and we see what are number 1, in camera and photo, 1 in video games, books, clothing, shoes, and jewelry. We can go down to, let's say, home and kitchen right here. Then we see in home and kitchen, the number 1 seller is, a shower curtain liner. We have bed sheets, I believe, there. Let's see, a tumbler or a slim double-walled stainless steel insulated can cooler. So you put your cans in there. That's pretty cool. Go down. Let's see. There's all sorts of different products on here that you can find. But the cool thing is here, you can go down to those subcategories like I was talking about. But one of my favorite things is to go to like shower curtain liner, right? So we can go to this one. We know what it's selling a crap ton because it's number 1 there. But let's just, for giggles, let's look at what it's doing. So we can see it's selling $464,000 per month on Amazon for a shower curtain liner. So what we can do now is go up here, go to all departments, and then type in shower curtain liner. And we can see that niche as a whole right here. And we can see what's going on. We know that the top guys, 29,000, 11,000, 8,000, 2,000 are probably not to be messed with and not worth competing with, obviously. But that's where I go back to my keyword research tool, right? And go to search right here. And then I can see if I type in shower curtain liner, I can see all sorts of different long tail keywords people are searching in this niche for, and maybe we can find one with 5,000 searches per month that no one else is selling, or it's got really low competition. So we go down here, sort by volume estimate. Let's scroll down to around here. So we have fabric shower curtain liner. So this one's made out of fabric. This one's extra long. This one's bathroom, of course, hookless. Let's keep going down here. Bath curtain mildew resistance, clear. Shower curtain plastic, weighted shower curtain, so you can get a weighted one. Let's keep going down. Anything crazy here? So let's look at a few. and see if we can find anything. So no heavy duty. So heavy duty is cool because it usually means a higher price point because it's higher quality, right? Hookless could be interesting. Let's see if we can find just a few weird ones. Extra long. Extra long usually means higher price point too. Cloth seems to be a little different than the plastic that I'm seeing everywhere. So let's take a look at that one. So let's look at the cloth one. We see 252 in that sponsored one. 8,000 here, 1,000 here, 2,000 here. We see a lot higher price point with this one, so that's kind of cool. Keep going down. We see different designs as well. So maybe we type in, we see floral right here. So we type in floral shower curtain. Whoops, if I could spell. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Gorgeous. It's 285, 228, 38, 141. So we see already the competition is way less than what we've been seeing before. Then once we load the Chrome extension, we see that one's doing 64,000, 102,000, 6,000, 13,000, 102,000, 2,000. So we see that there's great potential in these. One thing I do is I click into the top one right here. Make sure there's not a ton of different designs. Yeah, this is only a floral design, and just different sizes. And so that one was doing what, 100,000 I think we saw. With 285 reviews, that's absolutely insane at a $31.99 price point. So I put this one on my list and do floral design. And you can keep testing this, right? So maybe we do, like I talked about earlier, cactus shower curtain. And then we can see over here 403, 77, 54, 20. So there's not a ton of different ones on there. There's one with 1,700 there, but that's kind of a lame design. I don't like that one. So maybe we can see what's going on a little more. So where's that one with the high reviews? I don't even see that one on here. 17,000, 1,000, 17,000, 3,000. One thing to note here is that obviously the sponsored listing, so this one's the same. And the thing to note here is to, model the design that's doing the best, right? So this one, let's see, which one is the top guy? This one. So this design's doing the best. So maybe this one's not doing too hot. So maybe don't model this design, but model this one because it's doing well. So, don't reinvent the wheel here. Make sure you're modeling something that's already successful on Amazon. And once you have money coming in and have a, established business, established product, then you can start being creative, right? So Pinterest would be great for this, creative shower curtain liners or shower curtains on Pinterest. You have a ton of ideas. You can start looking on Amazon to see if there's actually demand out there. So that's exactly what I do for bestsellers. Another thing you could do is obviously go into each category and have fun with that. But I like to look at top sellers and then find different sub niches with those top sellers with a keyword research tool and try to figure out if I can, get in somewhere, find an avenue, find a way to get in. And that way I don't have to compete with, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 reviews, and I can still get a big chunk of the pie. Another one I like to look at here for on the bestsellers is new releases, guys. New releases are cool just because we can see products with really low reviews that are doing really high in sales. So we have a bird bath fountain pump, Yeti right there. You don't want to compete with Yeti, obviously. So we can go down and start to get other ideas. Heavy duty umbrella, be a pain in the neck for shipping, but that could, keep a lot of sellers out and keep the price point really high for you. Keep going down here, keep going down. Dual-sided sticky traps, keep going down. Let's try a different category here to see if we can find anything. Go down. Let's try patio, lawn, and garden. So if we go down here, we see expandable hoses. Don't sell these pest repellents. They're actually, banned on Amazon if you don't have special permission. Keep going down. What is this? Squirrel stumper wild bird feeder. So we got a squirrel stumper wild bird feeder. Okay. So I type in, let's see here, squirrel proof bird feeders. Wow, it just popped up right there. That's crazy. So we can go down here and we see it's got 3,400 reviews there. So maybe not the best idea, but I'm sure there's different styles for these. And so if we go to bird feeders, this is where I type in on my keyword research tool and type in bird feeders here. And then I'd search by high volume, just like that. And then I go down and start to look for crazy stuff. Squirrel-proof bird feeder, bird feeders for outside with pole. Someone with a pole right here. Platform bird feeder might be a little different. Bird feeders for outside. Suction cup bird feeder. That's definitely different than the standard ones we've been seeing. So we click into these and keep going down and keep looking at all these and keep making notes on your Excel sheet of all these products you really, really like. Make sure you're looking at the products as a whole, right? So one thing I like to talk about is something called sales depth. So if we go into standing bird feeder right here, we hit this Helium 10 Chrome extension. So one thing I'm looking for here is yeah, these top guys are doing 459,000, 89,000, 441,000, 197,000, 18,000, 160. That's great, fantastic. But what are the bottom guys doing? So if we go to page 2, which is 37, 26,000, 36, 151, 38, 217. We keep going down. 43, 26,000. 46, 17,000. So that tells me when we're on page 2 or page 3, when we're just starting out, we still get a chance to get sales just like these guys do. What you don't want to see is spots 1, 2, and 3, having all the sales, and then spot 4, spot 5, spot 6, having, 1/10 of the sales or 1/100th of the sales, right? See, the top guy's doing 10,000, but the 5th guy's doing 500, the 10th guy's doing 200, the 20th guy's doing nothing. You don't want that, because you start on page 2, you're going to get no sales. Unless that top guy at 10,000 has, 10 reviews to begin with, and you can compete with them. But if it's going to take a while to compete with the top guys, you want to make sure if you're on page 2, working your magic, figuring things out, trying to rank up, trying to get reviews, that you can at least get a piece of the pie still. You don't want to have, a top heavy niche where you have to be number 1 just to figure out if this product is good or not, because you have to invest so much to get there, and that's just to figure it out. You want to be able to have sales on page 2, page 3. So I love sales depth right there. I love checking that out. So now I want to talk about the steps after doing product research. Say you have the list of 5 to 10 products. Now what do we do? How do we check what's going on? Make sure we check and cross all our T's, dot all our I's, everything like that. Well, the first thing we do is check to see if it's a restricted product on Amazon. So Amazon has a whole list of products that you're not allowed to sell on Amazon. Yes, you can find these products on Amazon because you have these fake sellers putting these listings up for maybe a month or 2 until Amazon catches it, then taking us down. So it's actually very tricky when seeing these on product research, because you see really low reviews but really, really high sales, but they're only on there for a month or 2. You don't want to start one of these products. It's a pain in the rear end, and you'll get suspended and have issues like that. So all you have to do to check if your product's restricted or not is literally just type into Google Amazon Seller Central restricted products right here. And then we can see on the form right here, Amazon will list all their restricted products. So we have alcohol, animal, and animal-related products, art, fine art, home decor. So if you think you fit into any of these categories, like say you want to do a laser pointer. So we click into here and we figure out laser pointers are generally not allowed on Amazon. These products are typically a pen-shaped pointing device, usually powered by a battery that contains a small diode laser laser that emits intense beam of light. This is a really long video, so my words are just kind of jumbling there. Just hang with me here. So we can see that laser pointers are not allowed to sell on Amazon. So maybe we see the one doing product research is doing $15,000 a month and it only has 2 reviews. Well, it's because it's a brand new listing, and eventually it's going to get taken down anyways. So all they're doing is listing and selling a few before they get shut down, and just trying to get a quick buck essentially. We don't want to do this. We're in this for the long run. So the second thing we want to check is see if it's restricted for Amazon advertising. So there's some products that are allowed to sell on Amazon, but Amazon will not let you do PPC, which is pay-per-click, and let you advertise on different keywords for this product, which when you're first starting out, this is very, very important, and it's really hard to go without at first when you're first learning, unless you have some outside marketing experience to drive traffic to Amazon. So all we do here is do the same thing, Amazon Seller Central, restricted products for advertising. Let's see if that works for us. We go down. So this list is actually on the Amazon advertising page. So just type in Amazon advertising restricted PPC categories, and you should find this on Google. And we can see here they have restricted categories for ads, obviously alcohol, all the things we saw on that list of restricted products, obviously not good there. But we can also see, we have different, criteria right here. We obviously see they have a really long list here. A lot of adult products, like adult toys, things like that. You can't do PPC for, on Amazon. So if you're on page 4 or page 5, there's no way to get to page 1 for advertising. Same thing with like religious products or anything that's really, really sensitive is probably restricted. So you can check that out here, or just send Amazon a message on your Seller Central to figure out if you sell this product or run PPC for that product. So the third thing we want to check after we found a product is to see if it has a patent or not. So it's pretty easy to tell on Amazon if something has a patent or not. If it's only one of their kind and there's nothing else like it out there, it could have a patent. So what we do is we just go to Google Patents, which is just a sweet search engine for patents essentially. So you can just type in the product and figure out if there's a patent there. If you're not sure what you're finding and it's confusing to you, don't worry, just go to Fiverr for $5 to $10. You can have someone do a patent search for you. The reports and the dynamics and of everything on Google Patents is kind of hard to read and kind of hard to figure out if you're going to infringe that patent or not. So just go pay $5 to $10 on Fiverr and do a patent search, which I could just show you real quick right here. So we just do patent search. I can't type. But with that, we can see, for 30 bucks, 20 bucks, 35, if you just go to best selling right here, we can find some cheap ones. $5, $20, $30, $20. So maybe it's a little more than 5 to 10, but this guy's doing 5, maybe 20 bucks. It's worth the search to make sure that you're in the clear, especially if you're on that edge. Might as well just bite the bullet and make sure you're in the clear. So the fourth thing you want to check is make sure you're not infringing on anybody's trademark. So what a trademark is just a word that you file with the US government or whatever country you're in. Let's use Legos, for example. So Legos are commonly known as building blocks, and that's what we use. So if you see a generic building block, you're like, oh, let's go play with the Legos. Well, Legos is actually a trademark term, and so if we use Legos in our listing, Legos can file a claim with Amazon saying we're infringing on their trademark, and Amazon will pull our listing down. So, when you're thinking of your brand name, when you're thinking of words that you might be able to not use or use, you just have to do a trademark search, which is really easy. Just go to trademark search on Google here, and then we go down to the USPTO office, the .gov site, and then you can literally go to search our trademark database. We hit basic word mark search right here. Yep, everything's fine right here for the settings. So we can type in Velcro right here because Velcro is a very common one. People don't really know that it's trademarked. And we see Velcro right here, live, Velcro right here, live, Velcro right here, live. You can click in here and get the details of what's really going on. So Velcro is a huge company, right? So they have different categories they trademark their word Velcro in. So it's diapers, or maybe it's in the adult category, or maybe it's in the pants or just clothing or whatever Velcro is used for, right? So if you use the word Velcro in your listing, Velcro could file a claim on Amazon saying you're infringing on their trademark, and your listing could get taken down, even though we commonly just refer to that thing, that little strap that, Velcros together, because there's not even another word for it, as being just a common word that anybody would use. But really it's a trademarked word, and those are the most common trademark traps people fall into. Same thing with brand names. Say I want to do, if we go back here, say we want to do like a pets brand, so I do Pets Pro Plus here. And to make sure this is not trademarked, I can see Pet Pro Telly Plus, so I'd probably be fine here because it's this Pet Pro Telly. But if you saw Pets Pro Plus on there as being a live trademark, then you're like, okay, I'm not going to use that brand name. I got to go ahead and look for a different one. So make sure you guys are checking that. And the fifth and final thing you want to check during your product research phase is probably the most important and the most exciting thing on this video, and that is I-99 tracking that product. Okay, so if you've heard of I-99 tracking before, all this is a cart trick to see the real sales of another seller. So like I said before, the product research apps, they're all estimates. We really don't know if a product is selling 10,000 like it's saying, or if it's only selling 2,000 or 3,000, or maybe it's selling 20,000. We really don't know. So to minimize risk, we have to figure out, what it's actually really selling if we can find that information out. This is limited in some ways, and I'll show you how, but in most cases, we can really figure out what's going on in a niche by doing I-99 tracking. And the best way to show you what this means and how it works is to show you how I do it personally. So we hop in here, say we have basketball stickers. Say we want to sell some basketball stickers. Say we have the rights to sell all these. What we do here is click into this listing right here, and then we really want to figure out how many of these are selling and what the real volume is, what the real sales velocity is. So what we do is go to add a cart. We'd add one of these to a cart. We go to cart right here, and then right here we go to quantity, hit 10 plus, and then we're going to type in 999. So this is the max amount Amazon will let you put in your cart. We're going to hit update right here. And what happens is, if they don't have 999 in stock, Amazon's going to go back and say, sorry, this seller has only 324 of these available. So what this means now is we know what their inventory is for this day. And the cool thing, if you're thinking ahead here and getting exciting, is that we go over here, and this is just the Excel sheet that I use for I-99 tracking personally. We type in the date for this product right here, and we type in 324, okay? The next day, what we're going to do, come back at the same time, set an alarm or something, come back and check their inventory, say it's at 300, right? And then day 3, say it's at 280. Day 4, say it's at 240. So now we can see day by day how many they're actually selling. right? So we can figure out if there's actually real demand for a product or not. Why I started doing this is because I started a few products where the research apps were saying that they're doing 30,000 a month, and then I get to page one, the top of the top keywords, and then I end up selling only 2,000 to 3,000 per month, and it really ticked me off. We lost a lot of money this way. So I-99 tracking is something I have to do before I actually start a product. Now, for a lot of people out there that know about this, you're probably asking me like, Cameron, what about the sellers that have limits on their carts? Yes, so you can actually set a limit. So say you're selling these stickers, and the back end of Amazon, you can say, I'm only gonna allow one person to buy 10 max. So if I put in 999 here, it's gonna say, sorry, this seller has a limit of 10 per person. So you can't track that. Well, that's gonna be the case for most private label sellers, right? So if I go back to basketball stickers, what I then do, because I talked about sales depth before, right? So then what I do is I start tracking these guys, the second, the third guy, the fourth guy, the fifth guy, the sixth guy, the seventh guy, the eighth guy, the ninth guy, for my best keyword, right? I make sure I find the best keyword and get the whole market as a whole right here. And then honestly, you should really expect 1, 2, and 3 to have limits on their stock because, they're probably private label sellers. They know what they're doing really well. So they know that people are going to track their inventory. So that's fine if these top guys are blocking us and really can't see their sales. But what I really care about is figuring out what the fifth guy is doing, what the sixth guy is doing. If the eighth guy doing, if we're tracking his sales and he's doing 10 a day or 20 a day, well, if he's selling on the 8th spot, that's fantastic. That means there's sales depth. So I really care about, what, the number 2 guy, number 3 guy, if you can't get those, what these guys are doing, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7th. And that's why I go all the way down to the 10th spot for a keyword to really see what the whole market is doing as a whole. And we can see example here, I did meditation cushion, and we see, there's a ton of data here. You don't have to go this advanced with it. I'm just, I'm a nerd with data. I just want to do everything the right way and kind of go balls to the wall. And you see right here, I have every variation tracked. And so you can see this meditation cushion doing 244, 239, 234, 229, 224, 220, 217. So we're selling about 5 a day here, 5 a day here for red. We can see different variations. But if we go down to the 10th guy, where, we can see actually if I go up real quick, this seller has a limit of 15 per page. So these guys have limits. So I couldn't see their sales data because they're limited by 15. You can only buy 15 per person. But if we go down, where I really care about is, what's number 9 doing, right? 103, 103, that's not a good sign. 29, 29, that's not a good sign. 135, 135, you sold 1 in like 3 days. I don't like that. 10th guy, 20, 20, 20, he's got a limit for 20 there. But we go down, he's got limits for everything here, but we can see 27, 21, 22, 22, 21. If it goes back and up a bit, they could be restocking. So that's why I do about 2 weeks of data here, because if they're restocking, obviously the number is going to go up and it's going to be really confusing. So I make sure that I have at least 5 or 6 days within a 14-day window where I really see what's going on with the data. So don't be surprised if these guys are, stocked up. They also could be over 999. So it could, let you put 999 in the cart. That means they have over 1,000 in stock. Well, that's a good sign because they probably wouldn't put thousands in stock if they weren't selling a ton of goods, right? And I keep tracking these things. I probably could find one if I really tried. I have tons of products on here that, we tracked that said 999, 999, 999, all of a sudden 920. 860, 720. So I could keep seeing what's going on, and I track those for about 5 or 10 days to see if it drops under 999, and then I could really see their sales, which is usually a really good sign. So I-99 tracking is fantastic. It's something to see the real sales on, just to kind of protect you, to make sure that you're not getting a product that's a dud. Trust me, this comes from my own experience. This, I don't want to do this work, but we got to follow the data and give ourselves the best chance to succeed on Amazon. So I hope that was really helpful, guys. That was a long one, I know. Product research is a beast. That's why I wanted to make this video, just because there's kind of nothing out there like this before when I got started. And there's so many people out there starting the same products as other sellers and starting, the same niches, the same crappy products. And I just want everybody to succeed, or at least have the chance to succeed on their Amazon business, because it's such a huge pie. And if we all do it right, we can all have a piece of that pie. So, creative thinking, making sure your product sticks out from others. That way you're not getting oversaturated by generic products because you put a generic product on there. And guys, come back to this video, rewatch it. Make sure you guys learn everything. Maybe take notes. Make sure you guys have everything I talked about right here. Ask questions in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe for more, of course. And if anybody's looking for extra help, more advanced help, and joining my private mentorship family, my Amazon family, and you want to talk to me more personally, ask more questions, and get more step-by-step help. I'm talking, if you think I go in depth here, in my mentorship program, I go so far in every single detail. So if you guys need extra help, make sure you check that out in the link below. Don't wait, guys. If you want to be successful in Amazon business, just sign up for a mentorship program. Obviously, no pressure, but if you guys are really serious about this, really want to make it work, and know this is the right step for you, and then just hop in and let me give you every resource and everything I know to give you the best chance to succeed possible. Again, no pressure. You have to do what's right for you, and obviously watch all the other YouTube videos on my channel if you have to start somewhere. But I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and we'll see you on the next one, baby. Oh yeah.